Shalom, shalom. We're the Hebrew Israelites. We come out here week in, week out to preach repentance to our people for the remission of sins, for the kingdom of heaven is at hand. And we also come out to prophesy the downfall of this wicked society and wicked kingdom. And we're not hiding up in churches. We're not hiding online. We're not hiding in Facebook groups, Zoom calls. We're coming out to the streets, to the people to teach, because they're not going to come to us. We have to go to them. So we're here, boots on the ground, bringing out the truth. So grab me my first scripture, please. Just read through.
Psalm 118, verse 1. Oh, give thanks unto the Lord, for he is good, because his mercy endureth forever. Let Israel now say that his mercy endureth forever. Let the house of Aaron now say that his mercy endureth forever. Let them that fear the Lord say that his mercy endureth forever. Verse 5. I called upon the Lord in distress. The Lord answered me and set me in a large place. The Lord is on my side. I will not fear. What can man do unto me?
Right. So the point being, his mercy endureth forever. It says it over and over in that chapter. His mercy doesn't end. Even from back then till now, he's still merciful to us. He's always merciful to us, right? And I'm about to show you that he's not merciful to us the same way that he is to other. He didn't give the other nations mercy like he gives it to us. Read that scripture, please.
The book of 2nd Maccabees, chapter 6 and verse 12. Now I beseech those that read this book, that they be not discouraged for these calamities, but that they judge those punishments not to be for destruction, but for a chastening of our nation.
Right, so he's saying that when these calamities come, when this destruction and this punishment comes on us for disobeying the Most High God, don't take it as destruction. Take it as a chastening. It's like your dad. If you misbehave, you didn't do what you were told, or you're messing up in school, or you're just causing all kinds of problems being a horrible child, he might get the belt and whip you. Your father might do that to you, but it's not because he hates you. It's not because he's trying to destroy you. He's trying to correct you and save your soul. He's trying to save you and keep you. He's trying to correct you and keep you upright and righteous. He's not doing it because he hates you. He's not doing it to be a hard ass. It's the same thing with the Most High. He's giving us these calamities as a way to correct us because we disobeyed his word. Right? Read on.
Verse 13. For it is a token of his great goodness.
Right, it's a token of his great goodness.
When wicked doers are not suffered any long time.
Right, so it shows his great goodness when he doesn't let wicked doers carry on in their wickedness for too long. Read on.
But forthwith punishment.
But forthwith punished as soon as possible. Let's see why.
For not as with other nations, whom the Lord patiently forbeareth to punish.
Right, so not like with the other nations who the Lord waits to punish. He tries to get to us as soon as we start going off. Read.
Till they become to the fullness of their sins.
Right, he doesn't punish them straight away. He lets them get their sins all the way stacked up. He lets them get the full debt. Right, he didn't do that to us because if he did, he'd have to destroy us. Read on.
So dealeth he with us.
Right, so dealeth he with us. He doesn't do that with us. He punishes us as soon as possible. He nips it in the butt straight away, so that we don't have to have too bad a calamity. But look at the calamity already. Look at the poor conditions. Look at the hating each other, all the death, all the sorrow, all the mothers crying, right? And this is a quick punishment. Imagine what the heathen are going to... They haven't been punished yet. Theirs is still coming, so imagine what's coming. You don't want to be wrapped up in that. You don't want to be joined to this wicked society and get wrapped up in what they're going to be dealing with. Because he will give it to you too if you don't listen. He's giving you a chance to get out of it now, right? Read on.
Lest that, being come to the height of sin,
right, having our sins stacked all the way up,
afterwards he should take vengeance of us.
Right, so he would end up having to destroy us if he let us go all the way like that, which is what he's going to do to the other nations. He had to nip it in the bud as soon as possible.
And therefore he never withdraweth his mercy from us.
See that? His mercy endures forever. He never withdraws his mercy from us. His mercy goes on and on and on. Right?
And though he punish with adversity,
right, though he causes us humiliation and problems and things that are against us to punish us,
yet do he never forsake this people.
He never forsakes us. You know, it might seem like God's not hearing you, God's not on your side right now, but if you just come back to him, he will be. You know, sometimes people wonder why their prayers aren't being answered. They wonder why they're in such a horrible situation. You know, why people think that people have the audacity to think it's unrighteousness with God, like you didn't do wrong.
Precept.
Go ahead.
Proverbs chapter 3 and verse 11. My son, despise not chastising of the Lord, neither be weary of his correction. For whom the Lord loveth, he corrected, even as a father the son in whom he delighted.
Right. Who the Lord loveth, he correcteth, right? So if you're going through something for your disobedience, you need to take it cheerfully, because that's the Lord correcting you. Right? That's him showing you love, like dealing with you like sons, like his children. You don't want your children to go astray, you punish them. Not because you hate them, not because you want to cause them harm or dismay. It's because you want the best for them. You want them to get corrected and do what's right, because you know better, and he knows better than us. So that's just his mercy. His mercy is punishing us. It's not him being horrible and, oh, why does the Most High do that? Because we went off. We deserve it at the end of the day. And actually, someone grab me Job chapter 11 verse 6. I'll bring it up.
This is the book of Baruch, chapter 4 and verse 4. O Israel, happy are we, for things that are pleasing to God are made known unto us. Be of good cheer, my people, the memorial of Israel. Ye were sold to the nations, not for your destruction.
For what?
Not for your destruction.
For what?
Not for your destruction. But because he moved God to wrath, he were delivered unto the enemies. For he provoked him that made you by sacrificing unto devils and not unto God.
So, because we didn't serve the Most High, we served idols, we sacrificed to them, and we did things displeasing to us, of course he's going to punish us. You know, of course he's going to do these things. But at the end of the day, that's why we were sold to the nations. It's not just because God was having a bad day or because he hates us. He did that to correct us. He had to put us through something. We had to feel the pain for what we did. We needed consequence, right? So it's all loving kindness when you understand. A lot of people think that God is evil and horrible and nasty. I mean, no, it's loving kindness. You do the same thing to your children. Why should he not? You should be happy because he deals with you like sons.
That's right. This is the book of Proverbs 16 verse 35. There is a way seem right unto a man, but the end thereof are the way of death.
Right, so there's a way that seems right to a man, but the end thereof is the ways of death. A good example, let's say I see a man starving on the street over there, and I go in there and I get him a club sandwich, a chicken and bacon sandwich, just a pork between the bread, right? That might seem like a good thing. You might think, oh yeah, I'm feeding a man, but you just made him sin. So the end thereof is death, because the wages of sin are death. It might seem right to feed somebody a bacon sandwich because he's starving. You actually just caused him to sin. You actually just did an evil work thinking you were doing good. There's a way that seems right to man, but the end thereof are the ways of death.
Proverbs chapter 3 verse 5. Trust in the Lord with all thy heart, and lean not unto thine own understanding.
Nah. Lean onto your own understanding.
And lean not unto thy own understanding.
Nah, you've got this. You've got it figured out.
And then lean not unto thine own understanding.
So he said, trust in the Lord with all thine heart and lean not into thine own understanding, right? Read.
In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths.
In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths. The way I think about this, if I'm thinking about committing adultery, if I just think of the Most High, if I just acknowledge him, I'm convicted now. I've got to make a decision. Am I going to do it? No. He directed my path to not do it because I acknowledged him. I remembered that he's watching me and he knows what I'm going to do.
Jeremiah 17 and 9. The heart is deceitful above all things, and desperate wicked. Who can know it?
Right, the heart is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked. Who can know it? Who knows what a man's thinking? I don't know what's going through brother's head. I don't know what's going through brother's head. I don't know what's going through sister's head. I don't know what's going through sister's head. Who can know it? You think that nobody knows what you're thinking, but the Most High is on top of that. He knows what you're thinking. He sees all of that. It says that the heart is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked. Now, is a heart as an organ pumping blood, is that deceitful? Is that wicked? No, it's just an organ doing its job. When it says heart, it's going into your mind, your inner man, your thoughts. The heart is desperately wicked. Sometimes we have to rebuke our own thoughts. Every day. Every day we have to rebuke our own thoughts. Right? because the heart is desperately wicked. That's why he said, trust in the Lord with all thine heart and lean not unto thine own understanding, because there's a way that seems right to a man, but the end thereof are the ways of death. Right? It's real simple when you take it nice and slow like that. Bring out that Job.
Job chapter 11 verse 6. And that he would shew is the secret of wisdom, that they are double to that which is.
Right, wisdom is a two-sided coin, right? Read.
Know therefore that Yahweh exalted of thee less than thine iniquity. Slack it. Read from the top again. Job 11 and verse 6. And that he would shew thee the secrets of wisdom, that they are double to that which is. Known therefore that God exacted of thee less than thine iniquity deserveth.
Wow. He exacted of you less than your iniquity deserveth. He's punishing you less than you deserve. And think about how bad it is already. Think about how much we get our ass tanned, how much he whips us already. And he's actually punishing us less than we deserve. We deserve to be destroyed. Are you kidding me? He gave us his holy law. He let us be his people, gave us this land, dressed us, ordained us. Think about the time of Solomon, how prosperous and beautiful that was. For us to go and serve other gods, I'd be pissed. And I'm just a man. Think about the Most High and his righteous anger. Okay, he's actually punishing us less than we don't deserve to be here. But his mercy endureth forever. Right? Bring that out, King.
Exodus chapter 33, verse 19. And he said, I will make all my goodness pass before thee, and I will proclaim the name of the Lord before thee, and will be gracious to whom I will be gracious, and I will show mercy on whom I will show mercy.
Right, so he chooses who will show mercy to. Him showing mercy to us, to his people, but not showing mercy to the other people, letting them get the fullness of their sins. That's up to him. Who are we to say that's not righteous? Who are we to say that the Most High can't do that? Right? I'm going to read that in Romans chapter 9, verse 17.
The book of 1 Peter chapter 4 and verse 12. Beloved, think it not strange concerning the fiery trials which is to try you, as though some strange thing happeneth unto you.
Right, so when these fiery trials come, don't think it's strange. Don't think that something strange happened to you. We need to be expecting these things. Because if you're having an easy ride in this truth, if you're just running through daisy fields and galloping around, guess what? You're probably not going to make it. The Most High, go, read on, Salaki.
But rejoice inasmuch as ye are partakers in Christ's sufferings, that when his glory shall be revealed, ye may be glad also with exceeding joy.
Right, so you're partakers of Christ's suffering, right? You need to go through the troubles that Christ went through in order, because you have to be go through his tribulation in order to be gloried with him when he's revealed. How are you going to be gloried with Christ if you didn't even go what he went through? How is he going to suffer and get glory, and you're not going to go the same way he did? How are you not going to go the same way that your master did? No servant is greater than his master. So we need to go through adversity. Grab me 2nd Ezra. Sirach chapter 2 verse 5. I'll just start at the top. Start at the top, folks. Right, because the Most High needs to perfect us. We can't just have an easy ride. We can't just be frolicking around or happy. You know, we try to enjoy ourselves, but we got to go through tribulation too.
Ecclesiasticus, also known as Sirach, chapter 2, verse 1. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation.
Right, so if you're going to serve the Lord, you need to be prepared for certain things to come. Things that you were dealing with in the world. You had struggles with alcohol, guess what? That's going to come back around. Someone gets 2nd Ezra chapter 5 verse 56. That's going to come back around. You might have had problems with looking at other men's wives. Guess what? That temptation is going to come back around. Until Christ comes back, you're going to be dealing with the same things because we're being perfected, right?
Set thy heart aright and constantly endure.
No, sometimes.
And constantly endure.
You need to be 10 toes down as much as possible. You need to be in it. You know, you need to be in this thing fully. You need to be on it like you want it. You want to set it, then you'll get it, right?
And make not haste in time of trouble. Cleave unto him, and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end.
Right, so he said, don't make haste in time of trouble. When stuff's getting tough, don't run. Stick around, right? Stay with the Lord. Now, I'm not saying stay in actual danger. I'm saying when stuff gets tough, don't hit the ground running and trying to save yourself and trying this truth's not for me. It's getting too much. It's getting too hot. No, you need to stay. He said in Matthew 24:13, he said, he that endureth unto the end, the same shall be saved. You need to endure fully. Read on.
Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a lower state.
Right, because you're going through Christ's suffering. So you need to take it cheerfully. You need to know that when these things happen, that's a sign to you that you're really in this thing and the Most High is really dealing with you when you're going through tribulation. If you're just thinking you're going to get a free ride out of this, it's easy, it's fun, it's games, guess what? You're not going to make it. And it's just as simple as that. It's not me being harsh, I'm just telling the truth. I'm just telling the truth. I had to hear this at one time.
For gold is tried in the fire.
For what?
For gold is tried in the fire.
Right, so gold is tried in the fire. When you get gold, you can't just take the gold and walk with it like it's pure. There's certain elements and impurities that you can only be purged by fire. You can't wash gold clean, right? You can wash the dirt off it, but there's other elements in there that you need to get rid of, other ions, other minerals and stuff. It's like it won't over. So you can't wash that stuff out with water. You need to burn it in the furnace to get rid of it, and then what's left is the pure gold, right? So gold is tried in the fire.
For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity.
Right, so acceptable men, the men of the Lord, the men that the Lord wants. He doesn't want some soft people. He wants some real warriors. He doesn't want choir boys, right? He wants some real warriors. He said he's a man of war, right? So he wants warriors on his side, right?
That's right.
So acceptable men get tried in the furnace of adversity. What does that mean? It means when things get tough, who's going to hit the ground running and who's going to stick around and hold it down for the Most High? Bring out your precept, King.
This is the book. This is the book of Revelation 21 and verse 7.
Bring it up.
He that overcometh shall inherit all things, and I will be his God, and he shall be my son.
See that? He that overcometh. It didn't say he that kind of just scathed by. It said that he that overcometh. You're dealing with adultery. You're dealing with dirty videos on the internet. You're dealing with drinks. You're dealing with pork. You're a drunkard. You got to overcome those things to inherit everything. You can't just scathe by. You got to overcome these things, right? Bring out that second Esdras.
Second Esdras, chapter 5 and verse 56. Then said I, Lord, I beseech thee, if I have found favor in thee in thy sight.
Chapter 5, verse 42.
This is the book of Matthew 5 and verse 10. Blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven.
Right, blessed are those that are persecuted for righteousness' sake. The other week we was dealing with some stupid police officers that came up and started throwing around accusations. Guess what? They were trying to persecute us. They were trying to do everything they could. They even said, they tried to trick us and say, someone's going to be arrested, someone's got to come with us. They were trying to persecute us. Guess what? We're blessed for that. We're blessed for that. We didn't say, all right, we're going to pack up and go home. No, we held it down and we stayed right where we were.
This is the book of Matthew 5 and verse 20. For I say unto you, that except your righteousness shall exceed the righteousness of the scribes and Pharisees, ye shall in no case enter into the kingdom of heaven.
Right, and why is that? They were keeping the law for the most part. They were breaking the law actually. But they didn't have faith. It said you have omitted the weightier matters of the law. Faith, judgment, mercy. Right? They didn't have faith. They didn't have these things. So your righteousness needs to exceed that. You need to have faith that the Most High can deliver you. You need to have faith that Christ died for you. You need to have faith in these things. You can't doubt. You can't be worrying about these things. Can't.
Matthew 5 and verse 11. Blessed are ye when men shall revile you and persecute you, and shall say all manner of evil against you falsely for my sake. Rejoice and be exceedingly glad, for great is your reward in heaven. For so persecuted they the prophets which were before you.
Right, so when this adversity comes, we're blessed when men try and revile us. Guess what? They did the same thing to Christ. You're going through his suffering, so instead of getting all beaten up and bent out of shape, you need to be rejoicing and happy that you're going through what Christ went through, because it means you're on the right track. Blessed are they when they're reviled by men, right? Read it out in 2nd Ezra.
2nd Ezra, chapter 5 and verse 42. And he said unto me, I will liken my judgment unto a ring.
Unto a what?
Unto a ring.
Right.
Like as there is no slackness of the laws, even so there is no swiftness of the first.
See that? He said he'd liken his judgment unto a ring. Things come back around. A ring, there's no beginning and end. It goes round. So these things are going to come back around. You're going to be reviled. Guess what? You had a little bit of time where that alcohol demon wasn't pulling up on you. Guess what? It's going to come back around. It's going to be like that till the end. There's no free ride. You've got to go through trouble. You've got to endure to the end, right? Somebody get me Matthew 24:13.
This is the book of Revelation 2, verse 10. Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. The devil will cast some of you into prison, that they may be tried and shall have tribulation 10 days. Be fearful unto death, and I will give you crown of life.
See that? He said some of us are going to get cast into prison. You know, when they start bringing out laws where it's saying the Bible is hate speech and sentences start coming out, guess what? We can't just start hiding and I'm going to start bringing out the Bible now. No, we're still going to come out here. We're going to come out here until we either go to the wilderness or get locked up. And guess what? If we get locked up, we just got to hold it down still, because that's supposed to happen. That's us being tried in the fire, right? But he said, be faithful unto death. I'll give you a crown of life. Don't give up. Don't pack in just because it's getting tough. These things, we know these things are going to happen. So when it happens, you need to be happy. Yeah, you don't want to get overwhelmed and scared. You know, at the end of the day, you know the Most High is coming back, so they can do what they want to you. They can do whatever they want. At the end of the day, the Most High is going to come back and set this thing straight. And if you stayed faithful, guess what? You're blessed. You don't have to worry about anything.
This is the book of 1 Peter 4 and verse 12. Beloved, think it not strange concerning the fiery trial, which is to try you, as though some strange things happened unto you. But rejoice in as much as ye are partakers of Christ's suffering.
See that? You got to rejoice. You can't think it's strange. We're supposed to go through these things.
That when his glory shall be revealed, ye may be glad also with exceeding joy. If ye be reproached for the name of Christ, happy are ye, for the Spirit of glory and of Yahweh rested upon you.
That's
See
right.
that? You know that the Spirit of glory rests upon you and the Spirit of Yahweh, because at the end of the day, like I said, Christ had to go through suffering before he got glorified. So you know the Spirit of glory is resting on you. Guess what? When you rest, you're waiting. It's waiting on you, bro. It's waiting on you to be glorified in the end.
On their part he is evil spoken of, but on your part he is glorified. But let none of you suffer as a murderer, or as a thief, or as an evildoer, or as a busybody in other men's matters. Yet, if any man suffer a Christian, let him not be ashamed, but let him glorify Yahweh on this behalf.
See that? You need to glorify Yahweh when you're in trouble, when you're in tribulation.
That's right.
Because you know, like I say, you know you're on the right track. You know everything's going right. Baruch, shall I read just a couple of verses?
Right.
Oh, can. On their part, he's evil spoken of, right? You know, there's a dude who walks up and down here every time. Right, you know that dude, he's in the dress. He's got the fringes, but he's wearing a dress. And he's got the sign, and he's walking around. I don't even want to say the things he says. He's evil spoken of on his part. But guess what? We stood here and glorified the Father. We stood here and glorified Hamashiach. But this guy walked up and, Yahweh Shai is this, Yahweh Shai is that. Yahweh Shai is our master, all right? That's the bottom line. You're going to regret the things you said. Yakuza, bring his.
This is 1 Peter chapter 4 and verse 14. Oh wait, have you read 4 and 14? 4 and 14. If ye be reproached for the name of a Mashiach, happy are ye.
2 Corinthians 10 and 4. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through Yahweh to the pulling down of strongholds.
Right, see that? Someone get me Ephesians chapter 6 verse 10. Our weapons are not carnal, right? It's a spiritual thing to bring down these strongholds.
That's right.
We're not coming out here and fighting and doing terrorist acts like the Ishmaelites do. That's not how we're spreading our word. That's not how we're defeating this world. That's not how we're overcoming this wicked society. We're overcoming this wicked society. We can't fight them. You could get as many guns, as many knives together as you want. Guess what? One attack helicopter will come through and take all of Croydon out. There's nothing you can do against them when it comes to that. They've got you beat. It said that Esau's blessing was he will live by the sword. And that's exactly what he does. He lives by the sword. He's got all his weaponry. One attack helicopter, no matter what weapon you have, they're going to take you out. They'll take out all of Croydon. They'll take out all of London if they have to. That's
right.
not, our fight is not carnal. We're not coming out here and trying to destroy stuff. We are spiritual. We need to get right. And then when the Most High and Hamashiach Yahushai give us that spiritual power to destroy the heathen, guess what? Then it's going to flip on them and they're not going to be able to do anything about it.
That's right.
Just like right now, we can't do anything about them other than get ourselves right. Okay, bring out that Ephesians chapter 6. Ephesians chapter 6 verse 10.
This is book of Ephesians, chapter 6 and verse 10. Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might. Put on the whole armor of Yahweh.
Do what?
Put on the whole armor of Yahweh.
You need to put on the whole armor of God, the whole armor of Yahweh, right? That doesn't mean physically getting on your chain link, you know, you got your shoulder pads on, you're putting on the helmet, you got the knee pads. That's not what it's talking about. Let's see what this armor looks like.
That he may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil.
Wiles of the devil are the tricks and deceits and lies that he brings out. That's the wiles of the devil, that we can stand against these things. We'll get back to Ephesians in a second.
This is the book of Matthew 12 and verse 43. When the unclean spirit is gone out of a man, he walketh through dry places, seeking rest, and findeth none. Break that down, King.
So when an unclean spirit leaves a man, when you overcome, let's say, you know, that lust demon, it's going to wander out and it's going to find no place of rest, right? It's left you and it can't find anywhere to stop. So what's it going to do?
Then he says, I will return into my house.
Do what?
I will return into my house from whence I came out.
Right, so this unclean spirit, this, let's say, like I said, this lust demon, has come out of you, and now it's wandering around and it can't find a place to rest its foot. It says, all right, you know what? I'm going to go straight back to where I came from. This is what I was saying before. Just because you defeated it once doesn't mean it's not going to come back around and try to trip you up.
And when he is come, ye findeth it empty, swept, and garnished.
Because you cleaned out all those bad habits. The whole house is swept, garnished, empty. He's come back, where's all my stuff? Where's all the mess I made? You cleaned it out, you cleaned yourself up. So what does he do?
Then goeth he, and taketh with himself 7 other spirits more wicked than himself. And they enter in, and dwell there. And the last state of that man is worse than the first.
See that? So he comes back with an even stronger temptation, more demons, more spirits. It's going to get harder and harder, to put it plainly. But guess what? That's why the Most High turns up the furnace of adversity, and you just got to hold it down. Stay with him. Keep cleaning out that house. Yeah, the demon's going to go out. You're going to clean up everything. You're going to be fresh and new. Guess what? He's going to come back and make another mess with 7 more wicked demons than him. So you just need to keep at it. Because he said, he that endureth unto the end, the same shall be saved.
Even so shall it be also unto the wicked generations.
Right. So shall it be to this wicked generation. But guess what? They're not cleaning out their house. So he's just inviting over guests. Oh, come on, let's get worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. And that's why you see someone, they do a wicked act. Give me Ecclesiastes 8 and 11. They do a wicked act. They get away with it. They think, oh, I can do more. They double it up. They double it up. They double it up. They double it up. And it gets worse and worse and worse. And guess what? That person is going to be destroyed with a heavy destruction. It's not going to be easy for someone who does something like that. Precept.
This is the book of 2 Peter chapter 2 and verse 22. But it is happened upon them according to the true proverb. The dog is turned to his own vomit again, and the sow that was washed to her wallowing in the mire.
See that? The dog, the same way that a dog goes back and eats the vomit, the food that it threw up already, it rejected from its own body, goes back and eats that vomit. It's the same way our people go back to sin. They keep going back to the wicked things that they do, right? They backslide. Right.
You could give the pig out, you could wash the pig off of all the dirt, and the pig just go back and he lie down in the same dirt what you just...
Even with a dog, bro, I've got a couple of dogs. If over time they get a bit stinky, we give them a quick wash. First thing we do on the next walk, if there's a big puddle, they're going to jump in there and get smelly again. It's just what they do. So our people can't be behaving like dumb beasts and dumb animals. We're supposed to be the children of the Most High.
Ecclesiastes chapter 8 and verse 11. Because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the hearts of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil.
See that? Because a sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, because you don't eat pork and immediately your belly aches, or you go and steal and immediately you don't get caught and punished. Just because the sentence against an evil work isn't executed speedily doesn't mean there's not judgment coming. It said, therefore is the hearts of the sons of men fully setting them to do evil, because they think they can get away with it. So they're fully, why stop if you're not getting any repercussions? That's the way they see it. Just because they're not getting punished straight away, they think they can just keep up. But guess what? You're stacking sins against yourself. You're writing up a bill that you can't pay. Right?
Book of Matthew 15 and verse 19.
Bring it up!
For out of the heart proceed evil thoughts, murders, adulteries, fornications, theft, false witness, blasphemies. These are the things which defile a man.
See that? That's why it said in Jeremiah chapter 17 verse 9 that the heart is desperately wicked. Because it thinks of these things. We have to rebuke our heart every single day. Our mind, we have to rebuke it every single day and correct ourselves, right?
Acts 14 and 22. Confirming the soul of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith.
So encouraging people to continue in the faith. And why is that?
And that we must, through much tribulation, enter into the kingdom of Yahweh.
See that? If you want to enter into the kingdom of Yahweh, you have to go through, read that last part again, you have to go through much tribulation.
Right!
We must, through much tribulation, enter into the kingdom of Yahweh.
See that? It's not going to be an easy ride where you're just frolicking through daisy fields and kind of eating sweets all day and just chilling out, relaxing, happy smiles, sunshine, hugs all day. No, we have to go through tribulation if we want to enter into the kingdom of God. Because just like it said, gold is tried in the fire, we have to be made perfect. We have to go through something to purge out those impurities, right? We have to go through trouble.
This is the book of Matthew 19 and verse 29. And everyone that has forsaken houses, our brethren, our sisters, our father, our mother, our wife, our children, our land, for my name's sake, shall receive 100-fold and shall inherit everlasting life.
See that? You have to give up some things in this world. That's not to say you just have to turn around and say, right, I'm done with my family. No. But at the end of the day, your family might come and they might say, look, I think you're on the wrong path. I think you're doing something crazy here. I'm sure I had that before. But you have to just forsake that and just keep 10 times down with the Most High. Someone get Matthew 10:37. Matthew 10:34.
Hebrews chapter 12 and verse 7.
Bring it up!
If ye endure chastening, Yahweh dealeth with you as with sons. For what is he whom the Father chasteneth not?
See that? If you endure chastisement, if you're getting punished for what you do, you know that the Most High is dealing with you as with sons, as with his children. Because what father doesn't punish his children? Right? So that's how you know that the Most High is dealing with you, when you get punished and when you go through adversity.
Is it 24? Matthew chapter 10 verse 34. Think not that I am come. Matthew 10:37.
Bring it up!
He that loveth father or mother more than me is not worthy of me, and he that loveth the son or daughter more than me is not worthy of me.
See that? So is that saying that you should just stop dealing with your parents, stop dealing with your children? No, but it just boils down to, when it comes down to it, you've got to put the Most High first. No matter who it is. It could be your wife, your son, your daughter, your mother, your father, your grandfather, your grandma. Doesn't matter who it is. When it comes down to it, the Most High has got to come first, and Christ has got to come first. If not, you're not worthy of Him. You're not worthy of Him. He wants people that are going to forsake everything in the world for Him, to really hold it down, to give up everything for Him. Right? It's just, you can see it repeated in the scriptures. Plenty of brothers in the scriptures have given so much up, and you can't just, disagree with your parents one time. It's not dishonoring them, because ultimately you need to serve God before you honor your parents. If your dad said, hey, come and eat this pork, guess what? You can say no. That's not dishonoring him.
That's right. This is the book of Galatians, chapter 6 and verse 7. Be not deceived. Yahweh is not mocked. For whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap.
See that? He said the Most High is not mocked. Right? If you go around, the guy who was walking up and down earlier mocking the Most High, he's gonna reap what he sowed. He's sowing wicked fruits, and guess what? He's gonna get thorns for that. It's just the way it goes. Whatever you do is what you're gonna get.
Verse 8. For he that soweth to his flesh shall of the flesh reap corruption. But he that soweth to the Spirit shall of the Spirit reap life everlasting.
See that? Because, yeah, just put on a dress next. But the flesh is corruptible, right? Your body can rot and die. The flesh is corruptible. So if you sow to the flesh, you give in to, my flesh is wanting, I'm kind of getting this temptation, this urge to do this, to do that. You give in to those things and sow works according to those things. Guess what? You're going to reap the same corruption your flesh reaps. But if you reap according to the Spirit, you're going to receive those spiritual blessings.
This is the book of Galatians chapter 5 and verse 19. Now the works of the flesh are